Hello students, I am Dr. Azmat Ali from RDS College, Bihar University. In this lecture, I shall tell you what is the role of a teacher in multicultural, multi-ethnic society. Now, this debate is more relevant in today's times when we are seeing that there is a growing intolerance in the country regarding the existence of minorities and other sections. So a policy is deliberately being pursued so that one community gets the upper hand while the other communities are neglected. In this context, a teacher must prepare a student in the class to deal with the multicultural, multi-ethnic societies. A teacher must try to create an active citizenship among the students, following the law of the land, making students cognizance of the constitutional values of secularism, tolerance and acceptance, mutual respect, dialogue and reconciliation. Now a teacher, when he goes to the class, he or she is aware that a class was full of the people who are from the diverse background. So a teacher should try to deconstruct the prejudices, the biases, the favor, and improve an active listening in the class. The class should be more inclusive, and the education that teacher imparts should be a more inclusive education. Now, a teacher must make aware student of the stereotypes and try to break them up. All kinds of discrimination should be disregarded in the classroom. So a teacher should though promote diversity in the class, but at the same time a teacher should promote tolerance among different cultural and ethnic groups. There must be a cognizance of intercultural culture. Intercultural competencies must be developed, in which one becomes aware of the knowledge about other cultures. At the same time, he or she should apply that culture, that knowledge, to bring different to know and to regard each other's culture. Now, whatever knowledge is imparted to a student in the class, it is important that that knowledge is properly expressed in the social and the political life. It means that a person or a student who is properly trained in a multicultural, multi-ethnic setup should be able to communicate, interact, and express properly in a diverse culture. It means he should not hide, he or she should not hide, should not be reluctant in sharing his own ideas, and he should express freely and try to learn something from the different cultures. Now, multicultural and multi-ethnic environments are little complex, full of diverse people. So, there must be an effort that the cultural and the lifestyles of other cultures, of the people of the other culture, must be taken cognizance of, and it should be regarded and respected. Now, when we talk about the intercultural competencies, we mean to say that students in the class must develop knowledge about each other's presence, each other's culture, and knowledge about the functions of that knowledge, and that knowledge should also mold the behavior of students in the class, so that when they grow up as a citizen, or they are already grown up as a citizens, must have the ability to exhibit behavior which is in complete compliance to the need of the society. Now, when we talk in the technical terms, what I am saying is that a teacher must try to promote active citizenship. Active citizenship means that a teachers or the students in the class must not confine to themselves. They should also learn to become a citizen of a nation. They should know what is the demand of different cultures, how different cultures coexist in the society, and how he or she should pay mutual regard and respect to the cultures that exist in the country. Secondly, a student must be able to communicate, express the knowledge, the behavior that he has learned in the class. Now, with the inclusive education, I mean to say is that a teacher should always believe in an inclusive education, that education system must be devised, constructed in such a manner that in its curriculum, in its syllabus, there must be a space that the cultural connotations of different ethnic and the people of different ethnic and cultural background should find a space. It should be discussed openly in the class, and there should be no hesitance in kind of gaining knowledge about someone else's culture and to know in each other's culture. And there must be, while we are dealing in the class, there must be a dialogue, a consistent dialogue between the students of different culture. They must speak, interact, communicate, dine, and enjoy time together, so that there is no stereotype, there is no reluctance, hesitance, disregard, discrimination among different cultures, or mutual exclusiveness. It means the culture should primarily become very inclusive. One more important point is that a teacher must encourage students to critically analyze things about its surroundings. A teacher must develop a critical mind among the students, so that they learn to criticize and put an argument and put a positive argument and to critically analyze different aspects of different culture. While criticizing, they must not cross a limit, and they must be mutually tolerant of each other, but at the same time they must be cognizant that yes, there is an existence of different culture and one must regard it. Now we already talk about non-violence, tolerance, acceptance, mutual respect, dialogue, and reconciliation. Now these are the values, they are implicit in the Indian Constitution or the Constitution of the world, that one should follow, that all these values must be properly put into practice while dealing with a multicultural setup, multi-ethnic setup. And one more important thing, and to repeat the point again, that the knowledge that a student gains in the class must be properly, fully expressed in the social and political life. It must be not reduced to the curriculum, examination taking, and the official marks obtaining. It should be such a manner that it should properly be expressed in social and political life. Now, those values which we learn in the class, they should be properly communicated, not only in the class, but in our societies wherever students go. Their day-to-day life, their villages, their homes, their surrounding, their friend circle, and many more. So, the knowledge that they gain about each other's culture must be disseminated, and the values they learn in the class must be practiced, must be put to the practical form, must be expressed freely, and therefore a teacher should impart an education that sort of breaks all kinds of linguistic, cultural barriers, and the students must learn in their life how to respect the diversity. Attaining uniformity at the cost of diversity is not a practical solution in living in the multicultural world. Therefore, teacher must follow a regime, an idea, a method which promotes existence of multicultural, multi-ethnic society. Thank you.